What you gonna do when the time comes and have to earn your way? Do when the time comes and you have to earn your pay. Do when you're finally on your own. What will you do when you're finally on your own? What will you do when you're...
But one you can help make better. A world that permits you to be self-reliant, to pay your way. If you like people, like to work with them, help them with their problems, or like to pass along specialized information to others, if you want to do research in new techniques for preventing disease, or are mechanically inclined and can work with delicate instruments, if the idea of working with X-rays intrigues you, or of helping disabled children, or being a doctor's Girl Friday, or if you like preparing appetizing and nourishing menus, or if you have the dedication and perseverance to undertake long years of scientific study, this film may interest you. For you may have the basic aptitude and drive for a career in the health services in one of the more than 200 occupations allied to this field. To work in the health services, you must like people and care about them. The very life of men, women, and children depends upon the learning and competence of many in the health services, upon their alertness and concern for mankind. But regardless of what your work may be in the health services, you will share in the real satisfactions in the never-ending struggle to preserve life and improve the well-being of all of us. Many of you can prepare for a variety of positions in health services while in high school. Some require training after graduation from high school. Still others require from a community college or a bachelor's degree after 4 years of study. Those who go on to become physicians or specialists in some areas such as research, pathology, or radiology may spend 10 years or more in intense training and study. The settings in which you may work are just as varied, from mobile units to large hospital centers, from small private practice offices to government facilities. The variety of work locations is endless. While some positions may be available in one of those exotic settings you've read about in National Geographic magazine, many will be found in urban areas, some in your neighborhood. Medical and mental health centers of every description are everywhere. In some areas, you'll find them located in high-rise office buildings. In others, in storefront offices in the inner city. Nursing homes located in most communities, as well as facilities for the handicapped and mentally and emotionally disturbed, need personnel. Research programs require trained people in a variety of skills. New programs are initiated every day. Exciting new programs have also been taken over by health departments. One of them is environmental health. Progress in health comes through teaching, passing information gained along to others. Educational specialists are needed to instruct others in the techniques as more and more jobs of every description become available to young people. In hospitals, from small institutions with less than 25 beds to those with over 1,000, the visible services given would not be possible without the multitude of behind-the-scenes people. Industry also employs many people in the health service occupations. Many companies have their own physicians and nurses to provide physical examinations and other services offered workers. They are also on hand in cases of on-the-site emergencies. Trained specialists are needed to help the disabled learn new skills so they can be productive members of the world of work. Health-related research, no longer limited to the test tube and the microscope, must rely on the latest technology nuclear medicine, and electronic diagnostic equipment. Machines often bypass malfunctioning organs in the human body. People are needed to maintain and repair them. Now, which jobs in the health services are short of workers? Most. And most need young people, too. Positions are open in a wide variety of areas. In dentistry, in the laboratory, in food service, in rehabilitation services, in the field of pharmacy, including the manufacture of drugs and medications. Pharmaceutical firms employ hundreds of specialists and technicians. Many offer on-the-job training. In nursing, clinical specialists, registered nurses, practical nurses, and aides are in demand. Male as well as female specialists are needed in the nursing services. Openings exist in every area of housekeeping and maintenance, in hospitals and clinics as well as private practice. Many specialists are also needed to combat air pollution, water pollution, and improper solid waste disposal. People are needed to work as receptionists, administrators, and office workers to process medical records and see that patients receive benefits they're entitled to. Name it, and there's a specialty looking for qualified help. And regardless of where you work, you will discover you are a respected member of the community. People appreciate your efforts and know you're trying to make life better. How can you advance once you've got a starting job in the health services? In some instances, the costs of the additional training undertaken outside your place of employment will be paid by your employer, but not always. Training continues until you become competent in a chosen field. The armed services offer many specialized courses which enable many to return to civilian life and rewarding careers in the health services. What about salaries? Those who are best paid in the health services earn salaries as good or better than and technical people of equivalent education receive in business and industry. Others in the health services are paid salaries which are competitive for similar work elsewhere. Opportunities are more numerous for those on the ball who want to get ahead. Need for health workers is so great that you can select almost any part of the country or the world as a work area. If you think you might be interested in a job in the health services in any one of 200 different occupations, take this quiz. See if you've got what it takes. Simply answer yes or no to each question. Do you like to work with people, team up with people, help people? Do you enjoy doing things with your hands, operating equipment, machines? Are you the kind of person who's willing to do a job as often as necessary until you're sure it's done right? Do you like to learn new things on your own to constantly improve your sphere of knowledge? Is doing meaningful work important to you? Is the satisfaction you may personally achieve as important as a good paycheck? Have you the patience for exacting work? Can you work by yourself when necessary, and yet again work as part of a group? Are you willing to devote your energies to work, the results of which you may not see immediately, Maybe never. Do you have the ability to analyze and interpret situations factually and tell it like it really is? Our quiz is over. If you answered yes to most of the questions, a career in the health services may work for you. So think about it. But whether or not this seems to be a career area for you, go on to examine careers in the many other areas of the world of work, as you are examining careers in the health services now. There are other careers for which you will be suited, better suited possibly. Then, if you really think a health services career is for you, work on it right away. Discuss it further with your teacher or guidance counselor. Get all the information you can. Check in at your local U.S. Employment Service office, too. Talk things over with a youth service counselor. Talk things over with your mother and father and close friends, or out in the health field. Then, if your choice stands up in the face of all the considerations they may offer, you're on your way. Plan to get the most you can out of your school subjects, which could be of help to you in the health services. Keep in mind, there are many technical schools, junior and community colleges, as well as accredited universities, which will help you prepare for a health occupation. Your guidance counselor can tell you which vocational schools and other educational institutions are qualified to give the courses. Your guidance counselor is a good source for information on how you can apply for financial assistance. You, like thousands of others, can do interesting work, rewarding work, responsible work, work in the service of the hurt, the ill, and the disturbed among your fellow men.
What you gonna do when the time comes and you have to earn your way? What you gonna do when the time comes and you have to earn your pay? What will you do when you're finally on your own?
What will you really do?